Hello and welcome back to another episode with me, your host, Savitha. And today I'm talking about something that I really try hard to do as much as possible. Sometimes it's every day, sometimes it's not every day. But the topic that I'm going to talk about today is how to romanticize your everyday life. And yeah, it's a favorite topic. So welcome back to the Success with Savitha podcast. And I think this topic is close to my heart because of everything that has gone on in the last, I would say 12 months, but definitely in the last 6 months. 2025 has not been off to a great start for me, for the world. There's so much happening. There's wars, there's people dying, there are, terror attacks. There's so many things that's going on, and the news every day is heartbreaking. And you feel like, how do I shut out the noise? And one of my techniques has been, when the world is really messy out there, when things are really going wrong, to just focus on the present, where I am and what I can control. And I think why this term has come, it's more of a Gen Z term, of course, how to romanticize your everyday life. Why this has become a thing to do is because this idea has the potential to make your daily life more joyful, meaningful, and fulfilling. And this is about seeing beauty in the ordinary, finding joy in the mundane, and creating a life that feels rich, even in its simplest moments. It's in that one thing that you do, in the way you make your coffee, or when you wake up, or something that you do which is small, which feels like part of every day, nothing to write home about. But if you can make it special, meaningful, all of that, or joyful for yourself, just by being present, just by being focused, that's what basically it means to romanticize the everyday. So let's get started. And let me begin by asking you something. When was the last time you felt truly present in your daily routine? Many of us do rush through life, treating it like a to-do list instead of an experience. Romanticizing your life doesn't mean living in a fantasy or pretending problems don't exist. That's definitely not what it is. Instead, it's about choosing to see and create beauty in the here and now. And today we'll talk about that. What does romanticizing your life mean? Why it's important? Actionable steps to start doing it. Okay. And let's begin with what this idea really means. When we think about the word romanticize, we might imagine sweeping love stories or perfect Instagram aesthetics. But in reality, romanticizing life is about finding wonder in the everyday. It's sipping your coffee slowly and savoring the flavor. It's lighting a candle while you read a book instead of scrolling on your phone. Taking a walk and appreciating how the sunlight filters through the trees. Being fully present and noticing the beauty around you. At its core, it's about being intentional. It's deciding to live as though your life is worth celebrating, because it is, right? So why is romanticizing life important? Like, why is it even a thing that we need to talk about and make a podcast episode about, right? Why should you bother romanticizing your life when the world can feel overwhelmingly stressful, and even anxiety-inducing or mundane at times? And here are a few reasons why, according to me, okay? It makes you more present, right? When you focus on the tiny details, the beautiful details, you are less likely to get caught up in worry or overthinking. It reduces burnout, for sure. Taking time to appreciate the little things reminds you that life isn't all about productivity. You're actually slowing down. It cultivates gratitude. By noticing what you already have, you start feeling more content with your life. Plus, when you romanticize your life, you radiate a kind of energy that inspires others to do the same. It's contagious in the best way possible. I recently watched the Meghan Markle show. I'm not sure what the show is called, but it's a Meghan Markle show on Netflix where, she's making these things where she's putting together a cheese board, or somebody's coming over and she's making things for her guest, or packaging things for her guest, doing up the room. She's learning to make a candle. So it's those little things, or just brewing her tea. And I liked the show, while it got quite a bad rating everywhere else. I liked it because it reminded me about how I can make the smallest things pretty or nice because it means it's meaningful to me. Not everybody may want everything to be pretty or nice or feel good about it. But that's how I feel like I can take control of my day. I like beautiful things around me. I admire beauty. I like good aesthetics. So this is how I would like. I like to brew my coffee, pour it into a beautiful cup and drink out of it, sitting silently, quietly at my dining table in my home with my family around me, feeling happy, safe, and content. That's what romanticizing your life is about. It's really contagious. When you see someone else, you're just reminded about it. And finally, steps to romanticize. You're like, okay, you brought me into this idea, but how do you therefore begin to romanticize your everyday life? And I have a few suggestions, okay? And you can pick what works for you. You can find a bunch of ideas on Pinterest. You can Google it. And there's, of course, social media, Instagram, and everything else, which can give you so many little ways. And I feel like everything can be a source of inspiration. You may not like 50 things that you see, but you may pick up 1-2 things that you see and apply it to your own life. And again, it's something that you don't need to do everything, but you can start small. So step 1 is to create rituals in your routine. Let's talk about what is a routine and what is a ritual. A routine is something that you go through your daily life, like how you get up in the morning, what you do, how you get ready for your day, and then you kind of have a set of things that you do. It could be right from cleaning your home to, going to your exercise. All that is part of your routine. But each of these routines can have a certain process, a certain way that you do it, right? Those are the rituals. One of your routines can be that you're praying in the morning. The ritual is what you do when you're praying, right? The steps that you do, that you take while you're doing praying. Maybe you light lamp, maybe you put fresh flowers, recite a specific line, you read a specific part of your holy book. So that is a ritual, right? So instead of just rushing through your mornings, you can add intentional rituals. Use a special mug for your coffee or tea. Write down, when you wake up, now I keep my journal next to my bedside. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every morning. You're just starting at a very high vibration when you do that. Play soft music while you get ready. I know many people who like to play classical music in the morning. I have a neighbor who does Tai Chi every morning, and then the next, I think, an hour around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, especially around the weekend. She is a music teacher as well. She plays piano, she plays the flute, she's doing all of that. She spends an hour playing her music, and sometimes really hear beautiful notes of piano music coming from her home. And that can be something that is part of your, weekend ritual. Rituals transform the ordinary into something sacred. Step 2, slow down and be present. Multitasking might feel productive, but it can rob you of joy. I am not against multitasking. There is a place for it. There's a time for it. Let me tell you, small kids, little kids, you get them out of the door, you are multitasking. Okay. And I will tell you, I have a 12-year-old, and it's the same. To get her out of the door is still, you're racing to do 50 different things in between screaming at your child to get moving, right? So there is a place for it, but slowing down and single tasking may be a better way to do it, right? So unifocus is a good thing. So try single tasking instead of multitasking on the go. If you're eating lunch, just eat lunch. Don't have your device out or a book to go along with it. Pause to take a deep breath and notice your surroundings. Presence helps you notice the small moments of magic that you'd otherwise miss. We all are trying to do 2-3 things at the same time. Listen to a podcast, do the ironing. Mundane tasks, maybe yes, you can get that podcast and you can watch YouTube. You can get a couple of things. Maybe it's that. But sometimes I feel like I have so much information overload. So when I'm watering my garden, I just want to water. I don't want anything else. I'm okay with some background music playing, but I don't want to have my mental focus also on listening maybe to a podcast, which I tend to do sometimes. So there are days when you'll pick and choose and really feel, it's more about understanding where you're at. I understand when I've had too much of a mental overload, and so I'm more aware of it. And that's something for you to kind of figure out, right? So presence really helps you notice the small moments that you would otherwise definitely miss. Step 3, add beauty into your environment. A little effort to beautify your space can make a huge difference, set up your desk well, have fresh flowers at your desk or at your dining table, light a candle, or use essential oils when you go for your bath, put on your essential oil diffuser with a candle. Declutter a small area to make it more peaceful. Um, Go get a bunch of potted container plants with flowers in it. So when your environment reflects beauty, you'll feel it. And personally, to me, that has had a very big effect on my mindset and how I feel about things. My environment really impacts me majorly. Step 4, romanticize the mundane. Find joy in the ordinary, right? Turn grocery shopping into an adventure by exploring new items, or go to a different marketplace, or go to a flea market, get organic stuff. Maybe if you always order in once in a way, can you walk in and buy, fruits or vegetables yourself by selecting it yourself? So you can make that ordinary task into something different. Dress up, even if you're just working from home. Dance while you do chores or cook dinner, or maybe not dance while you cook dinner if you don't want a mess. But you get the gist, right? Sing out aloud. The key is shifting your mindset to see these tasks as opportunities where you can infuse a little bit of joy and make it more, I won't say pleasurable. Not everybody likes doing chores, but make it easy on yourself, right? Whatever you can to make it easy on yourself. Step 5, capture and savor moments. Treat your life like a movie worth documenting. Take photos of things that inspire you. I have a new thing that I'm doing especially in the last couple of months. I wake up every day, and one of the things that I do in my day is try to take at least 1 to 3 good pictures every day, and to delete at least 5 pictures from my camera roll. But you could do it your own way. So take photos of things that inspire you. Savor the feeling of accomplishing something, even if it's small. Maybe it's just that one recipe that you tried out, or some craft that you made, or the seeds that you planted. So savor it. Every moment matters, and by noticing them, you give them more meaning. So romanticizing your life isn't about perfection. It's about perspective. It's about finding joy in the ordinary and showing up for your life as though it's something to be cherished, because it is. Here's my challenge for you this week. Pick one of the steps we discussed and try it out, whether it's adding a ritual to your day, slowing down, or finding beauty in your surroundings. Notice how it makes you feel. And with that, I come to the end of this episode. Try romanticizing your life, even if it's one part of it, 1 hour of it, one small act. And tell me how you feel. And if you found this episode helpful, share it with a friend who could use a reminder to romanticize their life too. Maybe it's something that you could do together and exchange notes. So with that, we come to the end of this episode. Thank you for listening to yet another episode on the Success with Savitha podcast. And until next time, stay inspired and keep creating a life you love. And when there's noise outside, focus on what you can control and on what is right there. Thank you, and I hope you'll tune in next week. Bye-bye.